Okay, folks have been kind of asking about the pedals I use for these demos and live. And so here's a quick overview. This is a pedal board. It's the exact size of the laptop sleeve of a backpack that I have. So that's how much space I have, and everything has to fit within it. So as I change things, that's where they need to fit, and some size limitations. First thing on the lower left is a cheap import tuner pedal that is also a very good power supply. Been really pleased with this. It's a more accurate tuner than the Boss. The next thing on my board is this always on or almost always on distortion that has been occupied by a number of different things. This is again, a cheap import Turbo Rat copy that has been a Governor. It has been it's been a big box original Rat. It's been a Ross distortion. It's been a bunch of different things, but the Turbo Rat seems to suit me pretty well for the moment. A little less nasty. Next thing is a delay. This is the Gaiatone MD3, which I found many, many years ago, and it gives an unusual short slap back sort of effect, really kind of skronky effect. The only other pedal I've found that does that is the original Hall of Fame Reverb by TC Electronics. It had a slapback feature that you could set that was that short and that skronky. But otherwise, it's been quite difficult to find anything that works that way. Dan Moore was kind enough to rehouse this pedal after the jacks and switches and essentially every control slowly failed due to years of abuse. So yeah, spray painted Hammond enclosure is just fine. Next on the board is this Hyperfuzz copy. I have a couple originals, but they are quite finicky, quite delicate, and also pretty valuable at this point. And I don't need things to go missing mid-tour. So this is just a clone that Dan Moore built for me, and I'm really pleased with it. I've got it set to a fairly extreme setting, as you can hear here. Next on the board is the Catlin Bread, just their SVT preamp clone. I use that as a pretty overwhelming volume boost. It's got a little grit to it, so it's a little different than the MXR microamp, which has existed in that context before. It's just a nice kind of boost to volume when I need it. And then some of the combinations I find quite often when I want a little thicker sort of sound, I'll end up having both the Rat and the delay on. With the Rat on, that slapback sort of disappears, and it just makes the distortion seem really big and brutal. The next combination is both the Hyperfuzz and the Ampeg boost. I often will click on both of those at the same time, hence having the big red buttons to make that performance aspect a little easier. This little guy on the side, which is gets swapped out pretty frequently, but right now is a fairly harsh, very cheap tremolo pedal, and I've been pretty pleased with it as a kind of a crowd non-favorite. Yeah, and then when we kind of have a whole bunch of stuff going on, it can get a little out of hand.